This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're on location with the All-American Odor Abatement Removal. Since 2016, this locally owned company has provided non-toxic, non-staining, non-ionic odor removal for both residential and commercial clients. I am here with Emmerich, who is the owner, founder. Let's start off a little bit about yourself. This company began in 2016, but honestly, you have quite an experience in the construction industry. Tell me a little bit about how this got started for you.
I was in the architecture business for 38 years, along with construction management, and then I got tired of the corporate world. I wanted to get something, a nice, low-risk business that I can have fun doing with and have more free time for myself. So I was introduced in this business six years ago. I did it part-time while I was working full-time. And then when I was breaking away, it's a franchise company. And after looking at the terms and agreements of the franchise and the restrictions to a certain territory, and with the $35,000 price tag, I decided, no, I can do this on my own. So that's when I started my business.
Excellent story. Be it a hike in the Colorado mountains or possibly a stroll down the ocean in Florida, we all love fresh air.
Yes.
We love the smell of fresh air, can basically do a lot for our mood. I would imagine the opposite is also true. When the air is not so fresh, it can affect our environment.
And environment as well as your health. There's a lot of health issues with the products we use in the homes. Indoor air pollution is really, really bad, especially in the wintertime when everybody's closed up with the windows. You got your cooking, your pets, your kids. You got, hygiene problems as well. People don't really keep their house clean enough. So you have all those components at once, and then you breathe it in. And a lot of soft smells come from your couches, your furniture, drapery, clothing, and everything. Your cooking, everything just gets together, and you get a lot of bad odors. And
that's interesting. Quite honestly, some odors out there are pretty simple. The consumer can take care of it, maybe open a window or a door. When is it you think they should call in a professional?
Is when it's constantly there, especially with tobacco, marijuana, vaping, pets, especially cat urine is really, really bad because it's toxic and it's ammonia-based, and that's really, really bad for your health. So if you have numerous cats, they spray a lot when they're depressed and also, when they're angry, and so, they just don't go in the box. They start spraying everywhere. So that toxic can really, really get bad for your health. So that's,
cat urine, it has a pretty sharp odor, even more so than our dog.
Yeah.
What does a professional do to actually find where it's originating from? Making sure that you're getting to the source, but yet at the same time, it can be kind of a wide area. Yeah. What are you able to do to come in and find that?
I got a huge black light that brings out the urine, pattern. So I usually have the lights off or a dark room, and I just go through the whole entire house, and then I look for the spots. And then I treat that area really, really good, full strength, and then I come back and treat the whole house. But I identify all the spots, and then I just treat them separately, and then I come back and do everything. My products, it kills a source. It's not a masking, the cover up. So it kills the bacteria,
Let's talk a little bit about the process. Like you say, this is non-toxic, it's non-masking, this is getting to the root of the problem. What is the process that you use, be it a building or even inside of an automobile?
An automobile was one of my biggest clients. I work with several big car dealerships. I spray the entire interior, which I call my step one. It's a chemical spray, and I spray that in the entire headboards, the floorboards, carpeting, seats, everything inside. And then I come back with my second step, which is a chemical dry thermal fogger. And that covers everything to 0.5 microns. And that basically adheres to my chemical, which kills the bacteria and odor. And then once the fog goes away, I wipe it off and I'm done. And I use the same process in homes. I spray everything and then I come back with the fog.
Yeah, when I think of pet urine, we think of the carpet or the floor, but quite honestly, they're hitting the baseboards, they're hitting the walls. Yeah. Are all these areas treatable by you so that it's gone? Yeah,
it's all treatable. Yep, I had a cat spray up to 4 feet high on a wall. So I spray all that, and I usually do it 2 times. and, on the walls. Carpets, I really soak really good, so it penetrates the urine smell. And then I use my fogger, and that adheres to and it kills the bacteria. The key about odor removal is killing the bacteria. You don't want to use masking type fragrances because the odor's still there. You're just making the air smell nice for a while. So
sometimes probably a good idea even to call somebody in like yourself before we decide to paint, thinking we're covering up stuff, and we're not covering up nothing.
Now, regarding with painting with tobacco, I get a lot of phone calls saying that, look, I painted my house and I still got tobacco smell. Now, paint does not seal the odor, the tobacco and also the nicotine. Once you paint it, I can't do a whole lot for you because you already penetrated the original source, so I can't draw everything out of it. So before people, I try to tell people, before you paint, let me come in, do my thing, and then you can paint. And then I recommend a sealer like Kills. Kills is a good sealer, and you seal it, and then you paint it. So.
Yeah, like you said earlier, we all know that that it smells bad, pet urine, what have you, but it's dangerous. It's bad for your health.
Yeah, it is.
You're breathing in this ammonia. Yeah. I imagine for people who have asthma or breathing conditions, that can be very dangerous.
Yes, also, small children, a lot of kids these days have asthma and respiratory problems. And when you have odors on the floor, a lot of kids, the first thing they do, they're playing on the ground, on the floor, where your pets are. They pee on the floor, they pee in the rugs, and also, they're running around. And they also get rashes. I've seen, people that, my kids got rashes on their arms and their knees because all the odor is in the carpet and they're playing there. So the key is, get that odor out. And
pets are very common for a lot of folks out there. What about other animals that cause some serious problems like that of skunks or even wildlife? Is this something you're able to go in and help with as well?
Well, skunks, I had a call 2 weeks ago. The skunk came in a person's house. They have a dog. They had a doggy door. So 2 skunks came in, and they were having a rat race with the dog. So the entire house was filled with skunk smell. I can't help you with that. That is an insurance claim incident where they're going to have to take everything out of the house and take it and clean it somewhere else or bring it back. And sometimes I know a lot of that smell you can't even get out of the furniture, especially cloth furniture. It gets in there. It just gets everywhere in the air ducts, system, furnace. It's a nightmare. And my product, I can make the house smell nice, but it's not get rid of the smell. The odor completely. That is a really tough one. So, yeah.
I'm a person who doesn't have a bunch of pets in my home, but I do have a bunch of humans, little kids. They urinate, they vomit, not only on the carpet, but on furniture. Is this something you can help with as well?
Oh, yeah. If they vomit on the furniture, I can get rid of that smell. Hard surfaces like, the bathroom, if they missed the toilet, you can do that yourself. But, furniture, carpet, if they can't get it out, doing it on their own, I can come in and do it. Yeah, so.
Let me ask you this. One of the things that I've seen happen before is a person, we see a lot of these floors, homes that have the kitchen that are right next to the living room. We're talking about cooking smells, that type of thing. I've seen it come over and run some good leather. Is that something you can come in and help with, folks?
Yes, I can do that, but I can get rid of the smell at that time, but if they're going to continue to have the habit of kicking, that's hard. I tell people that. I say, look, I can get rid of those odors, but if you continue your habits, cooking certain meals that transfer over their condo or apartment because everything's so confined, that's hard to do. I let them know up front. I can get rid of odor today, but if you continue to keep doing this, it's going to come back. But you can't stop people's habits. You got to eat and cook. But I recommend certain things like boiling orange peels. Anything that has a peel, you can boil, like tangerines, and that helps get the scent out of the kitchen. It's more of a natural type thing, so I tell people that as well. Candles don't do nothing. They just make the air smell pretty, but doesn't get rid of the odors.
Speaking of people's habits, many states now legalizing marijuana. That's a strong smell. People love it, but they don't like it in their home all the time. Is that something you're getting calls for?
Yes, I do a lot of marijuana calls. Like I did one last week where the first floor apartment, the guy smokes his weed out in the patio, and the second floor, the guy keeps his patio door open at night because it's nice and cool. The smell gets in, and it's third-hand smoke, so So I do stuff like that. And then also rentals, people that rent, when they move out, owner calls me up. I said, look, I got a marijuana, can you come and get rid of it? So of course I will. So
Obviously, smoke can do some damage, but so can water. I mean, water, if it's sitting there, it can get musty. Is that a kind of an odor that is controllable as well? I see people who are dealing with hurricanes and this type of thing. I imagine the odor can get pretty rough from that.
Yeah, it can. If you don't get the water out, a lot of people get these fans that soak up the water, but like under the carpets, you have no air to breathe it, so it's still there. You might get the carpet dry, but you still have the dampness between the carpet and the subfloor. And I have a treatment for that, which I soak it really, really good with my chemical. And sometimes, if it's really, really bad, I have them peel the carpet back, and then they have to replace the carpet padding because that gets very soaked. And then I also treat the subflooring that has damp spots on it.
Like you said, you focus a lot on the residential side as well. Anymore, people are living in their yachts, boats, that type of thing. Are these all things that you're able to go in and help?
Yeah, I can do it, yes. Yeah, like boats and yachts. People, it's a seasonal thing, and then they store their boats, in the wintertime with canvas covers or just lock them up. So over the course of maybe 6 months of the storage, they develop stale air, mildew, musty, and even if they leave fish bait behind or food, that all gets odor. So I come in and do the same kind of treatment for them. So it's the same thing as boats and smaller boats and craft and yachts. I also do aircraft. Especially with these private jets that fly in Centennial. People smoke on there and then they eat, so I go in there and refresh everything before the next flight.
Especially in a small confined area like that, I would imagine. We caught up with you on location, one of the clients' place here. Why don't you give him a shout out?
Oh yeah, I'd like to thank Jeff Corcoran for Bricks Realty for letting me use this conference room today, and he's one of my customers. I do his Airbnbs and also some of his houses he buys and flips. So,
like we said before, many times, sometimes folks can do it themselves. It's a do-it-yourself process, but many times you have to bring in a professional. Sure. I see people going out there buying stuff over the counter, spraying it in the air, spraying it everywhere. Not only does it probably not do a good job, but it probably can be pretty dangerous what you're spraying there.
Yeah, true. A lot of chemicals, a lot of people, they do it themselves first. And if they want to remove kind of dog odor or cat urine, some of the chemicals they use amplifies the urine. It doesn't really get rid of it. So the chemical reaction between the urine and the products they're using, it can make it worse. And it doesn't get rid of the smell.
Now in the year of 2020, obviously we learned that cleanliness is key, especially to our health. Have you been able to add like a disinfectant that you can come in and add to your service as well? Yeah,
I have a bacterial treatment as well after I do it. I spray the whole house. It kills household, common viruses and colds, Listeria, Ebola, Salmonella. So it kills all of those viruses and bacteria. I get a lot of phone calls about, does your product kill COVID-19? If I did, I'll be a millionaire. So I get a lot of phone calls. I said, no, it just kills household bacteria.
Obviously we've spoken a lot about the residential side, but a lot of your clients are commercial clients. We're talking about auto dealerships, property managers, real estate, professional buildings like this we're sitting in here. Is that a big aspect of your company as well?
Like offices, not so much. I want to get more in that market, but it's not really a strong market for me. A lot of homes, automobiles, condos, apartments, they're my big market. Like somebody moves out of an apartment and if they have tobacco issues there, I get rid of it. And I tell the project, the property manager, how much it costs. So I give them a price. So I say, it's not going to cost you anything because it's going to come out of their security deposit. And they go, oh yeah. So they like that when I bring up with that thing, So, but I do a lot of apartments, work with property management companies and also realtors.
People, for property managers, this has to be great, but even for a person who's moving into a home, they want it to feel like their home from the get-go. Is that something you're able to go in before they even move in?
Oh yes, I do that a lot because homeowners and renters smell like before they buy or rent. So if they have a bad odor, they're going to walk out. I like to get in there before the carpet cleaning, painting, any kind of modification so I can do my thing. And once I get my treatment done, that's when people come in, do their thing, and then they have a professional cleaning service come in and get everything cleaned up before the showing. And that way, and some realtors use staging furniture. So I like to get in there first and do my thing and kill everything. So I like to do that. I also had a person that bought a house. It was 6 months on the market, nobody looking at it. And so I came in there. His wife had very sensitive smell. So I came in there, and my odor removal was contingent of removing it. So I got rid of the smell, and they ended up finalizing the deal on the house. So the homeowner was kind of happy because they really love that house. So,
That is excellent.
Yeah.
Is it rewarding for you when somebody thinks they have an odor that they just couldn't get rid of? You come in, wipe that thing away, and they're shocked and surprised. Is that enjoyable for you?
yes, because I come in with my sprayer and my fogger, and that's all you got. I go, yeah. Because a lot of these other companies, they use vapor tunnels, ozone machines, and they make a big production out of it. And I just have two little things, and I get a lot of chuckles from people. That's all that's all I use. So
That is excellent.
Yeah.
Viewers, let's take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is the website. First of all, you'll learn more about the services that he provides for you there. Basically, this is an organization, a company that they stay open 24/7 because emergencies do happen. They're just a phone call away. They have a great Better Business Bureau review out there. Take a look. People have trusted them to come in, be it a commercial or residential. And keep in mind that some things are do-it-yourself, but if you want it gone, and it, like you said, it's a problem that just stays and it lingers, you definitely want to call in a professional, get that done. He can come on location, give you a bid right there. He can even give you a ballpark estimate over the phone if you explain to him how big the area is, that type of thing. But obviously, give him a call. And because, as we said before, bad odor can affect not only your health, but pretty much affect your mood for the day. And so come on in and check him out. Located right here to serve you locally. This is locally owned and operated since 2016. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.